Hi guys and welcome to our YouTube video for today, the 23rd of June 2026. So let's go through my watch list, what is in it, how we traded it so far, and what is next for these stocks. So we're going to look at the 5-minute time frame for some day trades, we're going to look at the 4-hour time frame to see what we need to hold these stocks overnight. I'm also going to look at the daily time frame to see how we can swing these stocks for longer than just holding them into tomorrow morning, but also for a couple of days, maybe if we're lucky enough, a couple of weeks. So let's get right into it, starting with HSCS. Previous runner, notorious previous runner. I quite like the structure of this one. So we've got a high around here, 3.8. So I'm going to converge this into a falling wedge and turn my indicators on. And once we break above 3.2, we should move towards the top of the wedge around 3.6, 3.7 for around a plus 10, 12, call it 10 to 12% sort of, call it 10 to 13% move just to be safe for that one. Once it breaks over 3.2 for a day trade, looks good. However, if we were to lose 2.3, you'd be losing a 60 EMA just here, and you'd be falling from the support of 2.3 into the new support of $2 and the 200 EMA and 200 MA conversion around there. So beneath 2.3, it looks rubbish, and it's done, in my opinion, for any sort of trade. Day trade, swing trade, holding it overnight, whatever you want to trade, it's just done if it loses $2. So again, above 3.2 looks good. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So not the best thing I've ever seen. A 4-hour cranking close over 3.2, but end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time would see it hit 3.8 for a scalp. We may as well just wait for the day trade on that. I wouldn't hold this overnight until we get a 4-hour cranking close over 3.8 on this one, as we should continue up to 4.5 and probably a 5.5 following, to be honest. The 4-hour doesn't really tell us too much, guys. So just wait for 4-hour cranking close over 3.8. And then my first target would be 4.5 for around 15% move, which isn't a lot. Probably just going to knock this up to 5. Call it 25% first target. So once we, if we get a 4-hour cranking close over 3.8 by end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time on this stock HSCS, over 3.8, we should hit 5 on this one for around a 25-30% first target. So again, if it loses 2.3 though, it is done. So keep that in mind. The daily will try and tell us some more, but not really too much. So I'd go for the 4-hour on this. To be honest, daily cranking close over 3.8 would definitely see us hit 5, 1000%. So to be honest, ignore the 4-hour, go off the daily. So we can't really look to hold this overnight, to be honest, until we get a daily cranking close over 3.8. Then it should continue into $5 in this one. It might not happen, it probably won't happen, but that's just trading, I only take 1 or 2 trades a day, so I don't take a million trades a day. So that's because I have a strict criteria for entry, and that's why my success rate is 70 to 80% all the time. I went on a 10 trade win streak, then I had 4 losses in a row. Pans out to around 70 to 80%. That's just how trading works, and that's why we have publicized trading journals and multi-journal seminars, which you can see a link in the video description and the Twitter bio. But yeah, daily cranking close over 3.8 would see us hit 5 on this one. On HSCS, it looks okay. I'm going to go to ATLN. I've not looked at this one yet properly, but there's a lot of trades in it from our most traded channel, which basically shows us how many trades to take from each stock, and therefore showing the real volume and real interest across all US equities. And it's good for identifying where the volume is. So I'm going to knock this up to 1.2. This resistance. I'm going to get rid of this. So we need a 1-minute cranking close over 1.2 or a 2-3% push over 1.2 on this one for around a 8 to 10% sort of move from entry. For a day trade, it looks really good in a nice narrow, tight falling wedge. If I get my words out, and explosive move should happen on this. So however, though, if we were to lose 0.9 on this, I would see us come down to the 60 EMA around 0.75. For a big drop. So beneath 0.9 isn't very good in this stock. As we're coming down to the next moving average, and it's a big drop. So beneath 0.9 is not applicable for a day trade, not applicable to hold it overnight, and therefore not applicable for a swing trade, is it? So beneath 0.9 is no good in this stock, ATLN, but above 1.2 looks okay. I think this one might be one to watch for the afternoon on Power Hour, to be honest. It looks like it can gear up. It's consolidating really tightly. It's a really tight price range. It's only going between like $1 and 1.2 and like a 20% sort of gap. Which is, it sounds a lot, 20%, which is a lot, but for small caps, it can be a bit wider. So I'm guessing the 4-hour looks good in this. So right now it doesn't look good, but it looks potentially good. And that's because the 60 EMA is right here at 1.1, and because the candle's like, you know, it's not a massive dramatic candle. It's just still battling with what it wants to do, really. You know, it's just a normal. I don't know what to call this. It's not a spinning top. I've forgotten what they're called really, but ultimately what I'm trying to say is the bottom wick is as big as the top wick, and the candle body is like the same size as well. So the wicks represent indecision, so it's a bit indecisive and going up here, a bit indecisive and going down here. The candle bodies are around the same size as the wicks, so it's just, you know, trying to figure out what it wants to do, staying stable, you know. And the 4-hour green candle close over 1.2, we'll see us continue towards 1.7. So I think that's really possible for this stock. So by end of today, end of tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, maybe 1:30 p.m. Eastern time if we're lucky. And that should be around a plus. I'll have to put this back in. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I was trying to measure percent. This is live. Yeah, currently like 33 degrees in the UK. Pretty warm. So around 30% sort of move. There, 30-35% sort of targets. This one looks quite good for holding it overnight. Or potential 1 to 2 day swing trade. Or maybe it just has a 4-hour green candle close over 1.2 by 1:30 p.m. Eastern time and does it in after hours and hits 1.7 or power hour. Who knows? But looks good, guys. Looks good. So right, let's focus on the 4-hour first, and then when we do that, we can have a daily green candle close over 1.7 to swing trade it for a longer period of time. And then once that happens, when we get a daily green candle close over 1.7 after the 4-hour, we can then look to sell it and enter a new position and sell it around 2.3 for the 25% sort of first target, because these moving averages 200 EMA and 200 MA, and they come down and strengthen this resistance here. They're going to come down like that a little bit as to catch up with price. And yeah, 2.3 would be a target after it breaks over 1.7. So 2 potentially really nice trades in this ATLN. I wouldn't enter it until it does otherwise on the 4-hour and daily. So keep your eyes peeled on that. And again, beneath 0.9, it's no good. Right, so this one looks a pain to scroll into on the daily, but let's start on the 5-minute then. So this one's called RDGT. I'm guessing loads of reverse splits on this. So yeah, I mean, this one, it looks alright. If it loses 1.8, I wouldn't want to be in this, to be honest. So you know, it's make or break around here, I guess. We're currently at 1.92. So looking for a day trade in the 5-minute time frame. We can mark a little high here, negative trend line. I'm going to put it into a falling wedge formation. My favorite continuation pattern because it's such an acute formation. And yeah, it's just an amazing formation. And a push beyond 2.1 by 2% or 1 minute candle close over 2.1. We'll see us come and hit around a 2.3, around a 6 to 8% target, is it? I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know why it keeps on doing that. I really don't understand. Yeah, a 6 to 8% target for just a scalp on this one, RDGT. So the market's not great, to be honest. It's a bit choppy. And look at this stock, you know, opens, shoots up at 308 and then just dumps down. Currently at like 1.92, isn't it? It's around a 40% drop, you know. So it's not great. But we still could have a little reversal if we break over 2.1. And yeah, if we're fortunate to get above 2.5, we can hit 3 on this one. But one step at a time, we'll probably look at that on the 4-hour. So again, if it loses 1.8, it's done on this one. So to be honest, entry around here wouldn't be too bad either. As your risk to reward wouldn't be that bad. But I'm a confirmation and breakout trader. So I'd never enter a bottom. I'd never try and like buy the bottom for a big win. I'll try and just buy the breakout for a high chance of winning. Rather than a big win, I'd rather have a high chance of winning. Because that's just my personality. Some people like to take, you know, small amounts, have like more of a lottery-sized feel, lottery feel to it. In terms of you buying the bottom, it's probably, you know, 50% chance it might go up, but the reward's going to be great. Me, I just like being right. Like I really just want to be right. I just really want to get my first target hit, and I really want to be done with the trade. So the best chance of me doing that is just waiting for the breakout, you know. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and zoom in a little bit. So again, it might take a while. All these reverse splits. So again, this stock. Its price history of you know, 15 plus, like, even further beyond that. So we're currently at 1.9. So this is why I shouldn't really hold these stocks for too long. So 4-hour green candle close over 2.5 on this would see it hit 3, and then we should see continuation towards 3.6 following on this one. But yeah, so 4-hour green candle close over 2.5 on this would see us continue towards 3. Around a plus. I don't know what's happening, guys. I really don't know what's happening on my keyboard right now. Apologies for this. Is it 2.6? Yeah, sweet. Okay, so let's just remove this. I don't get it. So around the 15% sort of first target. on the 4 hour, and then you can sell 50% around there. Then you can sell 40% around 3.6, around a 30% move. So it's not the best thing you've ever seen, but there is potential on it. And just remember, beneath 1.8 is no good on this one. So going to daily time frame again. This one's going to take ages to reverse in. Just having a look, the high seems to be 760. So obviously, you know, it didn't probably exist at 760. It's just reverse splits, which have driven the previous history of the price stock up. But there's a candle there for a reason and a price marking there for a reason. So someone bought at the equivalent of 760. Let's just hope they're not in at 1.93. And never think that can't be you if you don't have a risk management plan. And you can find ours and mine, link in the video description and the Twitter bio. So daily green candle close over 2.5. Same again, guys. We'll see us hit 3 and then 3.6. So it tells us the same, really. To be honest, doesn't really tell us too much, the daily. What I don't like is that it's already at the Bollinger Bands. It's already had its big move. I don't think this one will run in the week. So it's breaking this Bollinger Band here. 95% price action takes place in this navy line here at the top, where my cursor is, and this navy line here at the bottom. And it's already made a plus, 55% move from there. And it's come all the way back down and got sucked back in. So I think this one could be done, to be honest. Maybe a scalp over 2.1 in the 5 minute, but it doesn't look that great. I think which is the one we looked at. ATLN looks okay on the 4 hour and daily. So this isn't it, guys, to be honest. RDGT. But yeah, it has a lot of trades in it. So that's why I think maybe it can break 2.1 and hit 2.5 for a day trade in scalp for second off the session of power hour. But for now, looking at the 4 hour and daily, I wouldn't hold this overnight at all. So yeah, like I said, we've got publicized trading journals, daily trade reviews, live trading, obviously alerts, etc. Seminars telling you how to do it, crash courses, etc. One-to-one calls. So you check us out, link in the video description and the Twitter bio. So thanks for watching, guys, and catch you all tomorrow.